And what makes you passionate about comedians and comedy? Like, you've got so many things. You mentioned something about before that you run about 15 venues,
Yeah.
hospitality, music. What makes you, because you've got so many things going on, the running successfully, what makes you so passionate about putting on a great comedy show and helping comedians better themselves and supporting comedians even on their fringe run?
Yeah, so I think like for me, I used to my biggest part of my career before I started owning my businesses was like nightclubs and running nightclubs and all that and all the DJ stuff. So that was kind of like I was really driven on all that side of things. And I'm now 41, and that whole industry just makes me want to curl up and go to my bed. You know what I mean? That's far too late at night. So now it's like with the comedians, it's kind of seeing their like, especially with someone like Fudgy, it's seeing their growth and seeing their journey. And as I say, we're like a venue that's 130 capacity. So I'm trying to catch them at that little finite point where they're kind of becoming up on the scene and they're getting bigger and better before they go off and they then start doing theatres, and doing like the big rooms and everything. So it's kind of seeing their journey come through from the starting point to the point where they're then going off and doing these big shows, they're doing tour shows, or like with Jack, they're going and doing their own fringe run and everything, or like going out to LA to do like his roast battle stuff. It's seeing the development of people, I think, is the main thing. And then it's just the best thing we can do in life. Life's terrible, and 9 times out of 10 in life for everybody, there's hardships, there's cost of living, there's wars, there's everything. If you can come into a room for 2 hours and kind of laugh, it kind of makes all that stuff kind of go away. You know what I mean? It's a nice environment. It's a nice thing for people to just forget what's going on in the outside world. They can come into a little basement in Glasgow and laugh about something and just enjoy themselves.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly with that. There's a couple of times, even at my small shows, where there was one guy who had cancer and was about to die, and
Yeah,
he actually ended up being a funny person in the audience, but people didn't know about it. He was in pain when they were
yeah,
interacting because he was acting so awkwardly. And then the lady came up to me and said, "Thank you guys for putting this show on. He hasn't got long left to live, and even though he didn't show it, he was really happy to be here, and you really made his day." And when you hear that, part of you cries a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, it's about you. Yeah, you don't know what any person's got going on in their life when they come and sit in a seat, and if you can make them laugh, if the comedians can make them laugh for like that hour and a half, 2 hours, and it gives them a bit of joy, it gives people a little bit of fun, a little bit of respite. That's great, and it's just seeing that. Back in the day, for me, it would have been the crowd in the nightclub dancing and the whole place, like jumping in unison and dancing in unison and stuff. That would have been the buzz. Whereas now I spend most of my, like, our sound tech positions to the like side of the room, kind of looking diagonally to the stage. I'll spend most of my time watching the audience with my eye line kind of going towards them as opposed to going to the stage, because it's the reaction of people that is the determining factor on whether the comedian's doing well. Like, I can watch the comedian and have my opinion on it and what I think of it, but then that's got my own personal taste on it. Whereas if I can see 130 people and they're all having a good time and laughing, then I know the comedian's doing well. And it's not just my opinion that they're doing well. It's like the audience reaction is, well, everyone says this person's great. This person's great.
There's part of you get a bit. "Ugh, oh, I have to put them on," even though I'm sure there's occasions where you're like so much, "Bloody hell, this isn't for me," but they bloody like them.
There's a few comedians that, yeah, I don't personally find funny. But I just don't get the style. I don't like whoever they are. I just don't get the style now. But if they shift tickets for promoters, they shift tickets for me. They're a ticket shifter. I'll have them on stage. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, and I think like I like anyone that's involved in comedy and someone that's like doing, like I say, we're doing 50 odd shows a month. It can get tiresome sometimes. Yeah.
how how do you get on top of it all? Because I know acts notoriously can be flaky. They'll cancel last minute. All sorts happen in all those 50 shows.